In today's lecture, we are discussing application of uniform circular motion. There are three applications of uniform circular motion. From that, we are taking two applications here. First one is a vehicle along a horizontal circular track, and second one is on a banked road. In this image, both the surfaces are shown. First one is a horizontal surface. Here is a horizontal surface. On that horizontal surface, we are taking a turn. Most of the surfaces are horizontal surfaces. In some cases, like on a national highway or at a sharp turn, the outer edge of the road is raised over its inner edge through angle theta. That type of road are called as a banked road. An angle through which the outer edge is raised is known as angle of banking. Means if I consider one circular track, on that circular track there is a center C and vehicle is at point A. If the vehicle is moving from path A to point B, it cover this path. This is arc of the circle. For that arc, the vehicle is moving in a circular path. If the vehicle or car moving in a circular path, the vehicle is performing circular motion, and for that circular motion there is a necessary centripetal force. That necessary centripetal force is provided by here is a frictional force. Now, what is meant by centripetal force? The centripetal force is a force along the radius towards the center, and frictional force is in between the tires of the vehicle and the surface. Okay, now we are going to start the first application of uniform circular motion, that is vehicle along a horizontal circular path. In this figure there is a vehicle of weight mg. Weight mg is a vertically downward, and normal reaction by the surface is a vertically upward. This vehicle is moving towards left, or taking turn towards the left. Now he is performing circular motion. For its circular motion, necessary frictional force or necessary centripetal force is provided by frictional force. Here I am writing balancing condition from this figure. Now weight mg is balanced by normal reaction, so N is equal to mg. Equation number 1. And necessary centripetal force is provided by frictional force. So I am writing force of friction is equal to centripetal force. Force of friction denoted by force F suffix S is equal to centripetal force, as we know the equation from 11th standard, that is mv square by r. Now divide equation number 2 by equation number 1. We get the equation F suffix S is equal divided by N is equal to m v square divided by r divided by mg. Here m cancel. Here I am writing frictional force. So that frictional force F suffix S I am writing maximum, that is for upper limit. Now what is meant by upper limit is also important. V square divided by Rg. As you have studied, the frictional force F suffix S is equal to mu into N. Here mu suffix S. Coefficient of static friction, we call mu as a coefficient of static friction, and N is a normal reaction. This is maximum force. That is maximum friction, where we can take the turn at a highest speed. The surface provide the maximum frictional force. Now maximum frictional force, here I am putting the value mu S N divided by N is equal to V square divided by Rg. Here N cancels. Got the equation for speed V square is equal to mu suffix s r g. For V, we take under root mu s r g. This is the maximum speed. Here I am writing frictional force maximum, so I can write V max. That is a maximum speed from which we can take the turn. Above this speed, the vehicle will leave the road or skid into out of the road. Okay, this equation is a maximum for maximum speed. Now if we consider a vehicle means a vehicle having 4 tires. Okay, here I am showing only 2 tires. On every tire there is a different force, because vehicle is moving or taking turn towards this side. Then the weight on every tire means this tire and normal reaction N is different for different tires. So here we consider the center of mass of that vehicle and weight mg vertically downward, and normal reaction on this surface is vertically upward. Okay, if the vehicle is a two-wheeler vehicle, then we seen that when this type of road, if you have to take turn on this side, so vehicle or the rider bend towards this side. Okay, for take the turn with a maximum speed to prevent toppling. This is the first application of a uniform circular motion. Now we are going to start the second application, that is on a banked road. Here is second application, vehicle on a banked road. Here the vehicle, its weight mg is vertically downward. Normal reaction is in this direction. Why normal reaction is in this direction? Because the normal reaction is provided by the surface, and that normal reaction is always perpendicular to the surface, means this is here normal reaction 90 degree. Okay, that's why normal reaction is inclined. Here normal reaction is inclined, then we have to resolve normal reaction into two components. Now angle theta, here is angle theta, then by trigonometry the adjacent side becomes n cos theta and remaining side is n sin theta, but we are not use this side, so we take this side as n sin theta. How the n or normal reaction resolve is I am showing here in this diagram. Here I am showing the resolution. Now the weight of the vehicle is vertically downward mg. Normal reaction is normal to the surface, so it is inclined. Now by trigonometry, angle theta, this angle becomes theta. How this angle becomes theta, I will show. Now this is theta. Okay, I am extending this line, and here angle is 90, so the remaining angle becomes 90 minus theta. Now I got this angle. Okay, here if I remove the vehicle, then you will get the idea of resolution. I remove the vehicle, now you will get the idea. Now this angle is 90 degree. Okay, now the remaining angle is 90 minus theta. If you observe, this angle and this angle are the opposite angle, so they are equal, means this angle is also 90 minus theta. Okay, I am showing why this angle becomes theta here, this angle theta. How? Now This angle is 90 minus theta, so opposite angle is also 90 minus theta. Again, by observation, this is a normal reaction, so this angle is a 90 degree. Okay, you got this point, that is normal reaction is always normal to the surface. No, then this angle is 90 minus theta. Here 90 minus theta and this angle is 90, means remaining angle means this angle is theta. So by trigonometry, if you have to remember this point easily, then adjacent side is always cos, that is n cos theta, and the remaining side means this side is n sin theta, but we are not using this side, so we get n sin theta here because we use this side for frictional force. Now you got the resolution here. Now I am writing the balancing condition. After resolution of vector, I got n cos theta, n sin theta. Here n cos theta balancing the weight of the vehicle, that is mg, and n sin theta provide necessary centripetal force. So I am writing n cos theta is equal to mg, equation number 1, and n sin theta, which provides necessary centripetal force, that is m v square divided by r, equation number 2. Divide equation number 2 by equation number 1, we get n sin theta divided by n cos theta is equal to mv square by r divided by mg. Here mn again cancel, n cancel. Sin theta upon cos theta means tan theta is equal to v square divided by rg. For v square, we get the equation is equal to rg tan theta, and for v is equal to under root rg tan theta. This is the most safe speed on a banked road. We have to discuss again the road for or speed limit for lower speed limit and upper speed limit, that we'll discuss in next topic or next video. Here I also write the equation for theta, means here theta also can be written as from this equation. Here I am writing equation number 3. From equation number 3, theta or tan theta is equal to v square divided by rg. Theta is equal to tan inverse v square divided by rg. This is equation for angle of banking.